back. We're on a roll today, aren't we? So we got my new ice fishing rod, which please look at the review right before this. Awesome rod. Look at that thing shake. Can't wait till Thursday. But I'm going to be putting their Kastking's a brand new fishing line. Now this Kastking, if you don't know, is not a cheap knockoff products. They're just not. They don't take something that's already on the market and they put their name on it. And now all their fishing line they make here in the United States, except for this one. This particular line is made in Germany, which that's pretty cool. Remember, I thought only watches and stuff were really cool in glass. Actually, like a glass lights or like a whatever you want to call it. Hasselblad uses like a glass. If you know photography. So Germans are known for their extremely high quality products. But Kastking makes all their own line, and almost all their line, except for this one, is made here in the United States. So if you really want to try out some of Kastking's line, and it is a line that, a line of lines that I enjoy very much so. Today we're going to talk about their new Kovert line. This is 100% fluorocarbon line. Now this line, first of all, let's talk about why fluorocarbon. Fluorocarbon line is extremely transparent. It has the same reflection or image reflection quality or something like that as water. So it is, when you put it in water, you can't see it because it has the same refracting ability as water. And so it is virtually invisible in water. And why is that important? So it doesn't scare fish away. Now I use a lot of braid line. Now a lot of people, including myself, you want to take fluorocarbon line and attach it to braid line as what's called a leader. And this way you can still have that strength of braid, but you can still have the fluorocarbon. So when it's at the bait itself, the fish will not be intimidated by it. There's nothing for them to run away from. So fluorocarbon line is strong, it's abrasion resistant, and it has a very low stretch quality about it. Like monofilament line stretches. I mean, you really can take it like a rubber band. The problem with that is that monofilament line, when it stretches, you just don't get to set the hook very well. But with the less elasticity of the line, the better your hook set is going to be. So anyway, I got this. They actually make this up to 50 pounds, although it's only up to 30 pounds on right now on Amazon. And they make it in 50 foot and 200 foot, or 50 meters and 200 yards spool. So this is a 200 yard spool. And I'm going to put this on my Brutus spin cast to go on my new Kovert. This is Kovert. That's Kovert ice rod. So this is actually going to go on I bought, as you can see, a 6-pound test. And neat thing about the Kovert, I'm going to mess that up, I know I am, is that they give you this nice little dispenser. So you can see this little hole right here, this slot. And with that, you can just pull it out. Now what I'm going to do, because I just got this in the mail about an hour ago. So what I'm going to do is we're going to see if we can see it, which I could barely see it out of water. Oh. Okay, you guys can see that. All right. So anyway, this is a really nice little thing, dispenser for you to reel, to put your line on your reel. So here we're going to take that and we're going to put it in there, in the water. You can barely see it. Barely see it in there. Put my face behind it. Woo! Made my face made it disappear. So I'm looking at it, and it's almost invisible inside that water. Now, this is really thin line. This is 6 pounds, and see if I can break it. No. Alright, so this 6 pound test. Now I was pulling as hard as I can. And I'm biting on it, so it should cut it. Alright. Finally cut it off with my teeth. But this is, just on the pull test, this is a very strong. Yeah, it looks like one of my gray hairs. The Kovert line. So let me do a little review of what they write about it. One, it's 100% fluorocarbon. It's not fluorocarbon coated, all right? Because that's what they've done before. In fact, a lot of fishing lines can say fluorocarbon coated and still call it a fluoro. So this is 100%. It's great for a leader. It's great for a full spool as well, which is what I'll do for my ice fishing. The Castking Kovert Fluorocarbon fishing line is virtually invisible underwater and is exceptionally well suited for highly pressured areas or when fishing in ultra clear water. It has a light refraction index similar to water, which makes it virtually invisible under the surface. Kovert 100% fluorocarbon fishing line can increase your fishing success when targeting fish that have become leader line shy. When using low-vis Kovert line, fish will focus on the bait and not your clear fishing line. Because it's 100% fluorocarbon, lines are 80% heavier than water. That's another nice advantage of the fluorocarbon. Fluorocarbon line will sink much faster than traditional monofilament lines, which can give it a clear advantage in many fishing situations. Kovert fluorocarbon is also waterproof, unlike monofilament and braided lines, so it has the same characteristics underwater as it does dry. So let's talk about that for just 1 second. Talks about it being heavier than water, so 80% heavier. Now, when you're ice fishing, you're using an extremely small, dainty, light bait jig. Really, really light. And if you've got line that is lighter than water, you're going to have a hard time sinking that down into the school of fish. So having something 80% heavier than water is a huge advantage when it comes to getting that bait down to them. So that is you may not think about that much, but if you've ever gone ice fishing, or any fishing for the matter of fact, when it comes to ice fishing, because you're working with extremely light tackle, we talking tiny, okay? Fly weight, Castking Kovert fluorocarbon fishing lines require great force to make it stretch than traditional monofilament fishing lines, which means that you have increased hook setting speed and power, which I just sort of demonstrated with just pulling on it. I didn't feel any stretch to it at all. In addition, it provides incredible sensitivity, so you will feel even more strikes and be able to quickly penetrate the hook and land more fish. Again, a very big plus to you, to ice fishing. So The reason ice fishing rods are so small, and you have this very bright end on this, which is, this is the Castking rod, awesome rod, because you can't hardly feel the bite, when they're just sort of nibbing on it. So when you see this, you're going to feel it better with the Kovert line. You're going to feel it a lot better with this. And because this has such a strong backbone, I can set the hook real quick. And because this doesn't stretch, this has a good backbone. I can see it. I can feel it. This combination, bam! Winner, chicken dinner, or fishing dinner. All right, 100%. Kovert's 100% fluorocarbon fishing line is ideal for both fresh and saltwater fishing. It is perfect for surf casting, jetty fishing, pier fishing, bass fishing around heavy cover, trout fishing in rocky freshwater, salmon and steelhead fishing, walleye fishing, boat fishing, kayak fishing, or any other type of fishing. What did they forget? Ice fishing? They forgot ice fishing. Perfect for ice fishing. All right. But I'm telling you, if you can get the 15 or 20 pound, booyah! I mean, I gotta give that a shot on my bait caster. I want to get their new BFS bait caster, but it's out of stock at the moment. This allows me to cast something very light with a bait caster, because normally you have to. You're working with a quarter ounce, half ounce weights on a bait caster in order to get it to not backlash on you. Castking Kovert 100% fluorocarbon fishing line and leader is available in two sizes, 50 and 200 yards. So, because it's 100% and it's made in Germany, just so you guys know, it's not Chinese. It's not even a normal facility in the United States. Because of that light refraction index being virtually the same as water, it is virtually invisible. And it's an extremely sensitive line. It doesn't stretch, which is awesome. And you can, because of that, you can feel all those things that you can usually feel with braids, because braid doesn't stretch typically. So, again, it's a wonderful, I'm very excited. So I'm going to go out in my car. I'm going to go get my Brutus spin caster reel. I will be threading it putting this on that, and I will be putting that together. So I'm very excited about this new setup for ice fishing. Now I think I'm going to use this setup all year long, because in my kayak, down imaging, I can see the fish, and all I can, to be honest, I'll put the medium end on this, not the medium light, just because it's bigger fish. And I'll just be doing this over the side of my kayak. How cool is that? For my crappie, for my perch, for my bass, trout, kokanee salmon. This would be great for kokanee. Kokanee, I don't know, something like that. I know how to spell it. But, and then, of course, not necessarily for red band trout, but I need to cast it out there. But because my fish finder also sees things underneath, and by the way, go to my fish finder tutorial on my Garmin on ice fishing and how to use the flasher setting on it. So again, another very good tutorial. In fact, look at all my tutorials. Subscribe and comment below. Tell me what you use ice fishing. What is best for you.